Britain was the escape path for nobles. Scota from the lineage of Akhenaton escaped here. Tuatha De Danaan was tribe of Dan. Tamar, daughter of last Jewish King Zedekiah, escaped to Britain. Scythian, Sarmatians moved to Britain. Why Britain is the stop for royal bloodlines. And the most important Holy Grail escaped to Britain with Joseph of Arimathea. From around 700 BC, Celtic tribes from Central Europe settled in Britain and, through the Iron Age, over successive centuries they were joined by further waves of European Celts. The last settlers were the Belgic tribes, who moved into the southeast. The previous inhabitants spread northwards and westwards. When the Romans arrived in the later years BC, the Celts were driven more generally westwards, despite their ongoing resistance under such formidable leaders as Caractacus and Boudicca, Victoria. The Romans called the ancient Britons Prytani, a name that derived from the Cymric language of Old Wales, in which the whole mainland island was called Bryth-Ain, meaning covenant land. The Romans nearly conquered Britain, but they could never defeat the Celts of Caledonia, those of the far north. Because of this, Emperor Hadrian, ruled AD 117 to 138, had built a great wall across the entire country to separate the cultures. A majority of Celts, south of the wall, adopted the Roman way of life, but their fiery northern cousins kept on fighting. The mountainous highlands and islands of Caledonia were inhabited by the Picts, Latin, Picti the painted men, and the north of Ireland was then the province of the Scots Gaels. King Lud's grandson, the mighty Cymbeline, father of Caractacus, was the Pendragon of mainland Britain during Jesus' lifetime. The Pendragon, or head dragon of the island, Pen Draco Insularis, was the king of kings and guardian of the Celtic Isle. The title was not dynastic. Pendragons were appointed from Celtic royal stock by a druidic council of elders. Cymbeline governed the Belgic tribes of the Catuvellauni and Trinovantes from his seat at Colchester. Colchester was then called Camelot, or Romanized, Camelodunum, from the Celtic camelot meaning curved light. This fortified settlement became the later model for the similarly named court of Camelot in Arthurian romance. North of Cymbeline's domain, in Norfolk, the people known as the Iceni were ruled by King Prosopagus, whose wife was the famous Boudicca, or Boadicea. She led the great, but unsuccessful, tribal revolt against Roman domination from AD 60, yelling her famous war cry Ygwia Urbin Ybyd, the truth against the world. It was immediately after this that Joseph of Arimathea came from Gaul to set up his Glastonbury church in the face of Roman brutalism. The concept of the dragon in Celtic mythology emerged from the holy crocodile, the Messeh, of the ancient Egyptians. The pharaohs were anointed with crocodile fat, and thereby attained the fortitude of the Messeh, thus Messiah, an anointed one. The image of Messeh evolved to become the dragon, which in turn became emblematic of mighty kingship. So to bind all of these all-Aryan, Jewish, Celtic, Scythian, Sarmatians, Egyptian, Babylonian royals are going to Britain in their respective time. Even when Templars are persecuted in France, they escape to Scotland. England is the embark point of Atlantean royals. When Atlantis sank, they escaped to Spain, Morocco and England at first stage. From there they sent 7 sages to multiple nations, multiple continents. But they all knew the base for royalty, the escape point was Britain again.